Hey guys, so today I'm doing a makeover on Brie. So first off, I started off with the brows as I have been doing lately. I just like to do this just so I can get a nice clean brow. You see that I do the underneath first, and then I will create the tail, then do the top, and then I will feather up the front just to make it look a bit more natural. And then next up, I will grab my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. As always, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. And I will use that to clean up the underneath of the brow and give me a nice sharp brow. And I use this as my eyeshadow base. And so I always make sure to use a shade that's quite a bit lighter, just so that way that the eyeshadow pops really well and also it really highlights the brow bone for me. And then I never show it, but I always set the brow bone with a white eyeshadow, and I use that from the brow bone to the crease. Next up, I am taking a soft brown shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am running that through the crease. My palette does not have the names on it, so it's not very helpful for us. And then next up, I just take a 217 brush from MAC, and I grab a bit of a deeper shade. This is about 2 shades darker than what I was using as her transition. This is just going to help me build up that outer corner and create a really seamless blend. We're going for a pretty smoky look, so that's just going to help me with the blend later. And then I will grab a little bit of a denser. This is a pencil brush, and I grab one of the dark shades. This one is on the bottom right and 1 shade in, if that made any sense. So I grab that shade and I pack that on the outer corner, and I run that a tiny bit into the crease, and then I will grab that 217 brush and buff it out. And then I will grab a little bit more product and work that up a little bit higher into the crease, just because I wanted that to go up a bit higher. And then I will again grab that 217 and blend it out. And then I think I added a bit more eyeshadow at this point. I will just grab a little bit more shadow whenever I feel is necessary to help me get that more seamless blend. So I'll just grab a tiny bit, and you can see I tapped it off on the back of my hand, and then I will just run that through the crease and help me blend it out. And then I will grab that same brush and that same shadow, and I'm just going to really pack that on even more, just because I want this outer corner to be super dark. So again, just packing and bringing that up slightly into the crease, and then I will grab my 217 and blend it out. And next up, I just take a flat shader brush and I grab just a shimmery shade out of the palette. I believe this one is called Smokey but Natural, but I could actually totally be wrong. So I just grab one of the lighter shimmery shades, and then I grab the Stila Glitter and Glow, the Magnificent Metals, the liquid glitter shadows. They changed the name on me. And this one is in Smoky Storm, and I just pack that on the lid. Next up, I take some MAC Fast Response Eye Cream. This works as a eye makeup remover. I don't know if I've ever actually said that on camera before. But so I like this because it helps me prep that under eye. It helps brighten the under eye, awaken it, and it helps fill in any fine lines if there are any. And it also works as a makeup remover, so it's a bit more gentle than using a wipe under the eye. And then I grab my Cover FX Blurring Primer and the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Lotion. And I mix those together on the brush, and then I just apply that directly to the skin. She has an eyelash extensions, which literally look beautiful, so she made my job pretty easy there. Next up, I will grab the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. This one is in the shade Latte, and it matches her pretty well, actually. It's a tiny bit yellow, but her skin pulls it pretty well, so it pinks it up a bit for me. And I corrected a tiny bit with powder, and I'm using that on my Morphe Y7 brush. This combo has literally been my lifesaver recently. It looks so perfect on. And that Y7 brush really just like pushes it into the skin and leaves it looking so airbrushed. I applied the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer under the eyes and on the high points of the face, and I will use my Morphe blending sponge to blend that into the skin. Again, I really like how this works with that Huda Beauty foundation. It just looks so perfect on the skin. It just makes everybody look airbrushed. I set the under eyes with the MAC and Patrick Starrr setting powder, and then I set the rest of the face with a mineralized skin finish by MAC, and now I'm using the mineralized skin finish in the shade Dark Golden as her bronzer. And I love the way that the mineralized skin finishes blend out as bronzers because they just look like butter on the skin. So I will build it up as I need to. Since she does have quite a bit of color to her, I do have to build it up a bit just to help it be more definitive. And then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio, and I believe this one is in Peachy Love, and I use the shade on the far left, which is a bit more pink. And then I just grab this short duo fiber shader brush here from MAC, and I just take the shades that we used in the crease and start running that on the lower lash line. And then I grab a smaller short shader brush here and grab that really deep color we used on the outer corner, and I just kind of press that in the outer edge of the lower lash line. And then I grab the Ofra and Nikki Tutorials Everglow highlight, and I use the gold shade and use that on the high points, so the Cupid's bow, nose, and tops of the cheekbones. And I use a MAC 159, which is a duo fiber brush, to place that. And I have used the Morphe setting spray at this point. Then on the lip, I just use a pencil brush from MAC, and I have mixed together Jeffree Star Leo and Mannequin. As you all probably know, Mannequin is my ride or die shade, but that one was going to be a touch light on her, so I mixed in a little bit of Leo just to help give a little bit more of a pop to it. So that, guys, is my completed look. I hope you guys had fun and you like how this turned out, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.